Welcome. Good morning, and thank you for the preemptive like. I hope this lives up to that. We just missed the parade of deer. Getting that on, no, they were going that way. Getting that on camera was wonderful. And it's wonderful to spend this time with you as we're starting to wrap up our Bhagavad Gita Sadhana, the year-long practice. Whether you've been with us the whole time, just joined, only hit a couple, I'm so glad you were part of this. Today's Well, I'm sorry. I took notes. I took pictures of my notes of what I was going to talk about today, and those notes are not on my phone. Anyway, I love it. It gives us a chance to improvise, and actually, it always fits in with the theme. Since we're getting to the end of the Gita Sadhana, I really want to make sure to dedicate today's practice to Jane. She's given me a lot of ideas of what's going to happen after this sadhana ends. And if you watch no other video, if you're planning on watching no other video, I really encourage you to tune in tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow to hear some of these wonderful ideas from Jane. But today, our focus is on chapter 18 and verse 58. In that, if you have any of your books and want to open to that, please do. As I tell you about a quote I read just this morning, one of the things we talked about in the celebration of sadhana group is the synchronicities all of us experienced. So this morning, I was reading a little post about things therapists have said that have been very helpful to people. And two of them really stood out. The first of which was, the human brain was not designed to make you happy. It was designed to keep you alive. And the second one was, just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. I love it. But the first one especially, when we start off in chapter 1 of the Gita, Arjun's focus is on staying alive, him or the people around him, as this massive civil war is about to start. His concern is, oh my gosh, I'm going to be killing people. They might kill me. But even worse for him is beyond the death of the physical body. If he does or doesn't do certain things in the fight, his reputation will be destroyed. And then he won't live on in that way either. He won't be remembered as a great hero. Although ironically, Arjun and his greatest enemy, selfish desire, Duryodhana, are equally well remembered in the Gita. They both embraced their destinies. And part of this whole Gita journey with Krishna is Krishna trying to teach Arjun exactly what that quote said. Your brain, which you are trying to use, your survival mind, which you are trying to use, was not designed to keep you happy. It was designed to keep you alive. The way to be happy is to free yourself from the tyranny of the survival mind. Because Arjun, you watching, me, Oliver, you are happiness. Your very core is happiness. Your true self is happiness. The layer right next to your true self, the last little shred of individuality that makes you have an individual embodiment, an individual destiny. Even that layer is called the Anandamaya Kosha, the bliss body, and that is said to be the essence of who you are. You are, not what you do. The brain helps you do to stay alive, and that can conflict with what you are. So, Arjun, what are you going to pick? Are you going to be, or are you going to do? Well, since you insist on doing, here are things you can do to manage your mind. And then he gives 18 chapters. But here, toward the end of chapter 18, verse 58, Krishna summarizes this nicely for Arjun and for the Arjun in all of us. Krishna says, with your mind always fixed on me, by my grace you shall overcome all obstacles. But if from pride you will not hear me, you will die. And if you don't have the book, those me's are capital M me's, with Krishna really representing the true inner self, your soul, your spirit, your essence, whatever you want to call it. And Krishna is saying, if you don't listen to that higher essence, that is eternal happiness, then you'll die. Your brain will fail you, your body will fail you, your thoughts will fail you, your lower emotions will fail you, and you will die. And that's from pride, Arjun. That's from the pride you get of thinking, I have this individual embodied life, which I have made the most of. And Krishna is also saying, don't forget who's helped you out, dude. Me. Your whole destiny, the whole cosmos is ready to help you reach your destiny. And the thing is, if we go back to the start and then carry this through the end and then extending into the battle, staying alive and happiness are not the same thing. This is what is illustrated in other stories outside the Gita. For example, the most dangerous foe Arjun has to face, not his greatest foe, which is selfish desire, but the most dangerous one, the one that has the best chance of slaying his mortal body, is his grandfather, Bhishma, whom he loves. And Bhishma loves Arjun, and Bhishma does not want to fight Arjun. Bhishma represents the really old patterns passed down to us through our families that are ostensibly meant to keep us happy, like, well, these are the rules of being in a family. These are the rules of how to live. These are your roles. If you're, this is what you have to do. Get married, have children, have a certain job, et cetera, live a certain place, speak a certain language, have a certain faith, and that will lead to happiness. And it's all been lies. Arjun has found out. That's doing. And Krishna is saying, be. The hardest thing Arjun is going to have to do in this battle is kill that foe whom he loves. We love what we were brought up with. We love our ancestors often. And an important part of loving who we are is accepting that. But to get beyond that, that's the foe we have to kill so we can be happy. We can live from the inside out instead of the outside in. And the irony is Bhishma, I don't know if you remember in a previous video, it was way back, but Bhishma has the power to die only when he wants to. He's alive and he's miserable. He has to face off against his grandson and potentially kill him. Bhishma decides to die. For him, happiness is dying. Remember, he's symbolic. The happiness of the old ways dying, so you can be true to your new destiny. It's huge. What in you has to die? What in you wants to die so that you can reach your individual destiny? This is part of the work of chapter 18 and beyond. The parts you want yourself to succeed on the deepest level. You just have to get out of your own way. How do we do that? All right. Let's do some practice. Then we'll do our contemplation. And we'll see how much my friend here yells at me today. Please don't eat the cord today. All right? All right. It's not good for you. I know. Sometimes I think he would be happier dying out there with me than being safe in here. Following your cat soul, right? I like you. Stay here. Thank you. I think We can actually keep this open today. Maybe not. Switch sides. Whoa. I know, buddy. No, I'm going to have to shut the door for the contemplation because of the rain in Spain, which I don't want to fall in here. Okay, what wants to die in you so you can be all you're meant to be? 5 minutes. Bye bye. Welcome back. I don't know how that went for you, but for me, I realized one of my greatest foes that really wants to give up is the belief that was instilled in me that you have to be everything to everyone. I think especially those in the sandwich generation can appreciate that. You gotta be everything to your kids, to your parents, to your spouse, your career. That part of me is just so darn tired, it really wants to die. If you want to share what you've realized, please do in the comments or by reaching out. And please do come back tomorrow. I really hope to see you then. And until then,